All right, class, we're going to make our own cave art, but this time using clay that we are going to scratch or draw into and make prints into. And we're going to fire this in the oven. It's going to become hard, and it's going to be our own clay wall. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with a thick piece of clay like this, and we want to flatten it into about this thickness. Notice that it's all pretty even. It's not torn or anything like that. So what we do first is just with this part of our hand, we kind of flatten it just a little bit around the edges, lightly, not trying to press too hard. If we press too hard, it's all going to stick to the table, kind of like right here, and your clay is going to start to tear. So we're just going to press gently on the edges. It's going to move out, and then we actually pick it up by the edges. You can go like this a little bit, and flip it over and press again. We have to do that pretty often so it won't stick down. Now, I may end up just prepping a whole bunch of these for everybody if we don't have enough time, so that maybe we can skip this part, but I want to show you this anyway. When we make slabs, this is one way that we do it. So pressing with my hand, I pick it up, wiggle it just a little bit, go down like that. Even just picking it up like this and going like that will start to stretch it out. It can be any kind of shape. It doesn't have to be perfectly round. It could be like this. Remember, this is a cave wall, so if it's a little bit bumpy and uneven, that's okay. All right? So, like that, turn it over. That's getting about right. You see that thickness right there? That's pretty good. If I get it too thin, it might start to tear and things. Now, I also want everybody to put their initials in their clay, or you could write your whole name. I'm just going to put my initials. I'm going to make it big though, because I want it to be, I want to be able to read it when it's done firing. So A-H is my initials. I'm scratching lightly. I'm not trying to go through the whole clay, and I'm going to flip it over so I shouldn't see it on the other side. Now we're going to use our toothpick as a drawing tool, which is a lot harder, right? Now you could take your sketchbook. Everybody should have done a sketch of some kind of animal. So I'm going to use this person's sketchbook as my reference. All right. So very lightly, I'm going to try to draw. Looks like this person was drawing a wolf or maybe a fox. Get the ears. Sometimes I have to take a little bit of that clay off the tip. I like how this person got the tongue hanging out. That's a really nice detail. Even some teeth. Let me see if I can get this tongue hanging out. All right, like that. Okay. And then maybe the tail over there. All right. And then nice job on the leg right there. I like that. Okay. Now maybe I don't like this leg down here that I made, okay? Since I scratched it just lightly, I can take my finger and kind of go like that and erase any lines if I want to make it a little bit better. I'm being very gentle when I do this, because otherwise I'm going to destroy my clay. And if anybody destroys their clay, I can't just get them a new piece. Sorry. I guess I like that a little bit better, okay? Maybe I'll make the eyes. Oops, that's not where the eye goes. Let's see. Eye would be more up here. Maybe I'll make a little nose. Make that nose a little bit sharper. All right. And maybe if you want, you can add a little bit of texture if you want to make it look kind of furry by going like this. How about make that tail a little bit furry? I don't know. I think I messed that up. So I'm going to erase that a little bit. Let me make that tail better. I'm going to make that tail a little bit thicker. And I'll just lightly make some marks on it. The next thing that we can do is we're going to also, since here in the Ohio Valley where we live, there's lots of fossils. So we're going to take these shells and we're going to make fossil type prints. So we're going to take it and move it on there. We got a print. Let's see, got some other kinds. All right. Start gentle at first. I'm not pressing that hard down. Let's see, this one's kind of soft. Let's see if this one can actually make an impression. Let me try it. It might not work. Let me press this one a little bit. That one just kind of made a dent. I don't see too much in there. So maybe these other ones that have a little bit more of a sharp texture might work a little bit better. We'll do this at a station in the back. I will call people by their tables. Now, when you're all done, I want you to flip it over again to make sure you can still see your name on the back. Because if we're pressing really hard into the clay, it might start to erase our name. So before we're all done, and when you bring it back, flip it over, make sure you can still see your name and initials, and then it's all ready to fire. And next class, perhaps we can do the color glazing on it. Thank you.